What's up,
Yeah.
everybody?
What's up, everybody? What's up, ladies and gents?
We back.
How we doing? We're back. Good to be back and better than ever, or at least not as bad as before.
Not as bad
And
as before.
yeah, and yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute since we've
It
been on
has
here.
been a little while.
Yeah. So good to be back. Missed everybody. Jax, you and I have talked even sparingly in this.
Yeah,
It's
not that
like,
much.
yeah, not even that much. It's not because I don't like you,
I
but
mean, I
it's
accept it.
Oh man.
Everybody's
Uh,
been busy with the real life.
Real life has been kicking in. I've been working and a lot, working a whole bunch. So
Yeah.
nonstop. So that's kind of eased off this past week. Um, while everyone piles in, we'll just make with the introducees and everyone knows I'm Brian. That's Jax. Uh, see some people in the chat. Hi, Brian and Jax. Good to see you guys. We all missed you both.
What's
Missed you
up,
guys.
team? We
Yeah,
missed you
what's up?
too.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
My
Happy
grandmother
birthday.
turned 104 today.
That crazy.
That is quite a feat. Yes.
I 104. How do you
I don't know.
what's the secret?
Incredible genes, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah.
get on here and slow this down for if I think I need to slow the chat down and all that.
Oh yeah.
So then people can so it may get jumpy here for a second, guys. I just gotta get on here so I can do the
Subscriber mode and
subscriber mode and
slow stuff
whatever it
down.
is, slow stuff down. So we go to customize subscribers. 5 minutes is good. Slow mode for what, 15, 20 seconds? What do we usually do?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, we'll go 15. Call it. I'm calling it. So no secret to
Yeah.
long. Jax is sharing no secrets to long life, just good genes. She's like being the
It's good
fam.
genes.
She's
I'm just trying. Like, she doesn't
she's like
drink that much. She used
she's
to
like
smoke. Like,
just being the fam, you know?
just yeah, you know.
All right, guys. We've kind of teased what we're doing today. We got
Yeah.
wow, we went from like in the time it took me to go do that, we went from 200 and something to 680.
Great.
Good on.
That's all right. It'll be here for everybody who can't make the time.
It'll be here for anyone and everyone who wants to see it.
Yep.
I'm gonna scrub through here real quick. Secret McSquirrel in here doing work. Secret, we do hope you're feeling better. We know you've been
Yes,
in and out,
indeed.
so
Yeah.
we sending our best wishes. Everyone, send your best to Secret, and let them know that we're thinking about them and that everything's doing good on that
Yes.
end.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
I think in and out of the hospital a couple of times since the
Yeah.
last we spoke. So anyway,
Yeah.
what we're
Hope
doing
you're feeling
today,
better and keep doing better.
yeah.
Today we
Did
got
I?
something we've
Oh
been
no.
teasing for a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't watermark the thing we're going to show today. Yeah.
Do we care?
Do we? It's just we're just getting it out.
Yeah.
We're just getting it out. We're getting it out.
It's
I'm
not
sure
the same
people.
as like
I'm
the
sure.
videos.
I'm sure people are going to grab it, but I'm going to be like zooming in and scrolling and everything else. So good luck.
Well, I figured we'd probably launch it on Twitter, you know, just as the document itself.
Yeah,
Whatever.
that's what I was saying. Boomer Brian, am I Boomer? Am I Boomer?
I don't know. Are
I
you?
don't know.
I don't think you are.
I don't know.
I think you're elder millennial.
Yeah, I'm on the edge.
Yeah.
Of millennial. It's been a while since I've had to star any of these things. Let's see. Be sure to pass your smiles forward. Happy Friday. Thank you, Mama.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. We're kicking it off. YouTube notification worked this time. Thank goodness. You know, I try to figure that out. And it's just some people get the notifications, some don't. It is what it is.
Just how YouTube is. Like a lot of people complain about that.
It's weird. So just a little story time. I figured out that every time I schedule one of these, I can go to the share button below the video while people are waiting, and I can share it and create a YouTube post. That YouTube post almost nobody sees somehow. But if I just make a YouTube post saying, hey, come check us out tomorrow, everyone sees that.
Yeah.
It just it's bizarre. Yeah, here we go. Brian Jack's two favorite people. Nice to see you again,
thank
Jax.
you.
Gorgeous. Don't let anyone tell you differently.
Thank ya.
Nope. I have
Appreciate
seen
it.
nobody say differently.
I
So
don't particularly care.
yeah, well, it's what it is.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you anyway.
Yeah.
So what we're doing today, you want to explain, kind of give a rundown, Jax, and I'll go through this.
Sure. I mean, so we've been teasing this for a little bit, which is the thing that from Coachella that we've been talking about for a while. So this is a piece of evidence that comes from that Coachella adventure way back in 2016. That has not been fully revealed yet. It was talked about, actually, I don't know if you remember this, Brian.
Yeah.
It was talked about very, very like limited scope at the UK trial.
They read
Io was on the stand.
They read snippets of it from at the UK trial,
but not a very small amount of it. Not like, and not the meat and potatoes of it that I was hoping for when they dismissed Io off the stand. I was super disappointed that they hadn't gone in on that whole thing.
It's a shame.
But we're gonna give you all of it.
Yeah, it's a shame that this is like a piece of evidence and it wasn't fully covered. So but it's an interesting one. We're going to have some discussion, let everyone jump in on the discussion, and we'll just talk and hopefully not keep y'all too long, because apparently, thank you, Elaine, finally a Brian and Jax live middle of the night here in Europe, but glad to be here. We're glad to have you.
Hey, thanks for tuning in.
Hopefully we won't keep you too long.
Nah, I don't think
so. So kind of to kick this off, I want to, we've been discussing a lot. We covered Amber's 2016 deposition. A lot was made about drug use. Every time she tried to go off on a tangent, there was drugs, there was drinking, and it was all Johnny. It was all Johnny. Amber has, in written testimony and otherwise, has said that she rarely drinks to the point that one could consider even tipsy. She's not a partier. She doesn't do illegal drugs or anything. She doesn't take part in any of that. Johnny was the one with the issue, the entirety of the relationship, according to Amber. So we just kind of want to have general discussion. I want to show y'all some things that completely go against that narrative. And then I guess we'll kind of go over that first, the things I was showing you, like in the pre-show, the prep show the prep that we were doing about an hour ago, Jax. So we can go through some of that stuff, and feel free to jump in on the discussion and everything like that. And then we'll show the chunk of evidence. We'll read over it and hopefully get to discuss more about that. So I'll star some of these as they go. And if I'm starring, Jax, we'll just
we'll come back
to take the reins. Yeah, absolutely. Josie, thanks for all the hard work you put into getting the truth out there about this case. Thank you very much. Rachel, good to have you back. We really do appreciate you guys. Okay, so when we talk about drug use and everything, and Amber Heard, she likes to constantly veer in the direction of Johnny was the one with the substance abuse issues. But as noted, in the recent trial, they each had a personal nurse and then a Dr. Kipper and everything else. And Johnny had nurse Debbie Lloyd, and she had Aaron Borum, and each specialize in addiction services, basically. Like not really on call, like there. Like I don't know how you would say it. So I'm gonna share some stuff.
Live-in situation.
Yeah, pretty much. So let's see if I can get this pulled up here. So we all remember Coachella, and we all
indeed
you were there, and you were there. Yeah, she did eventually admit to stuff at Coachella. So I'll share this little screen. I'm going to star that one and that one. So yeah, Amber eventually did admit to doing things at when like after years of repeated
Denials.
I didn't do
Yeah.
anything, they're like, hey, we kind of got you on something. And she's like, okay. This one time.
Right. One time ever in my life, I did mushrooms at Coachella.
I did mushrooms at Coachella, and that was just, it was awful. So she did actually admit to that in the recent trial. Up until that point, no. So here is let's see. Yeah. So this is the Coachella photo. We actually, I don't know if you remember during the deposition, Jax, that they hand Amber a picture, and she smiles like very just warmly at it. Just she's like, oh, I hadn't seen this yet. Like I haven't seen this picture yet. Oh, it's a very bizarre way to approach. Like, I'm ignoring what you're asking me about the drugs and stuff, and I'm just like fondly
admiring
reminiscing
myself
about this, about the worst time of my life. So
oh my God. The exaggerated zoom.
Exactly. I mean, like, remember, this was the worst time of her life.
Oh yeah.
This was like, after a bunch of bad stuff had happened. Right. Anyway, so we remember this Coachella photo. We have Amber. We have I'll Till It Right.
No.
We have Raquel. We have a ladybug flying around in my room. We have I'm so distracted. It's my avatar. It's
squirrel.
Squirrel, butterfly. Let's see.
Whitney.
We have Whitney, sister. Whitney. We have Savannah. Savannah McMillan. This is Rami Sarabi.
And Melanie.
And is this Melanie?
Melanie on the end by Io.
Yeah, Melanie Iglesias, who is a makeup artist. So this is the crew who went to Coachella, and this is at Coachella. So let's see then. So just to kind of cover some bases on drinking problems, where Amber says I rarely drink, and in reality, that is not the case. I'm going to pull up a couple things real quick, and I'll share this because this is Nurse Erin, Amber's nurse, talking about the drug problem. We've seen this before.
Yeah.
Where Amber Heard self-reported a history of substance abuse, including an addiction to cocaine and liquor, reports abstaining from cocaine for a couple of years, but was unable. So just for a couple of years, she was unable to get off cocaine. Just to kind of give you an idea, we have Josh Drew, who he was talking about just at her birthday party the days prior to this, how she was intoxicated, and that she would in general, just to his knowledge in general, what she would make use of on a regular basis: mushrooms, LSD, cocaine, and ecstasy, and drinking. But again, she didn't have the problem. So remove that, and we'll get these back up here. These little windows. Okay, so just to scroll through, it's just going to be a barrage of photos, and I understand some of this may seem like nitpicky or picking on or anything like that. This is not. People drink. I mean,
it's not meant to pick on anyone. Other than it's only because of the fact that she so heavily denies the scope of her own stuff.
Exactly. And that Johnny was the one with the issues, and when she very publicly has been photographed almost exclusively always drinking. And you really, it's hard to combat that. Here she is with Elon. This is when Elon went to see her in Australia. Glass of wine. This is when she peppered his cheek with the mark, with the kiss kiss mark.
The lipstick. Yeah.
This is also in Australia when she was filming Aquaman, and she's in the party hat, the wine asshole hat. To
Oh,
to I'll show this to it real quick.
okay.
If it'll yeah, so here it is.
It's not working. Why is it not? Is it storage? I just have a heavy hat. Maybe you just need more.
The solution I always have: pour more wine.
It's half full.
Oh.
Should I put some in this one too? Maybe it needs both.
Yeah, obviously needs both.
Okay.
I like to say a wine helmet half full. Wine hat half full, not half empty.
Okay, it's really coming out now.
Who did?
Adorable. So so
Oh my god.
so anyway, agreed.
That's
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. That's her in Australia doing her thing.
Mm-hmm.
This is also in Australia,
Yeah.
correct? At the
I think
like there
so,
was like
yeah.
a rental property
Rental house. Yeah.
because she had the dyed pink hair. Not long after her parties, the parties that have been discussed, like the space birthday party when she like left the event early.
Yes.
And went, it was just soon after that, and she had to bounce soon after that to Australia. But here she is. It's again, adorable when she spills wine,
Right.
But if there's spilled wine, this is the equivalent of the evidence she showed of spilled wine that means Johnny Depp beat her,
Right.
in the trial. Star that, and pull this back up. Here's a collage. So these are collages, and it is just drinking hand, drinking hand, drinking hand, drinking hand. And
Yeah.
we're gonna pepper through these. Oh, here's this is also filming Aquaman. This is in her trailer. You can just see. Well, that's a reflection, but still.
Yeah.
And then here she is, drinking hand, with
The little brick dog.
that brick dog, that
Mhm.
that she claims left the human-sized Grumpy in the bed.
Yes.
I really never want to talk about that again for as long as I live,
Oh my god.
which will probably not be 104 years at this rate. All right. Again, still, here we go. Oh, here we are. This is the guy that had the problem. This
Yeah.
is the guy. He's the only one that had a problem. This isn't a problem. This is a
Right.
problem.
Right.
Nothing to see here. Hell on earth. Fine. Terrible.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. Still, before, after, here she is. We're having an important meeting. We're at Capitol Hill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Still gonna have a drink. It's love. Bio. I mean, it just, again,
Yeah.
this isn't picking on. This is just pointing out where it's like, if you're saying that's an issue on one end, here's this classic
This
shot.
one I think is my favorite.
Yeah.
The mile-long bottles here.
Yeah. This is, she's doing the He-Man, I have the power pose.
Yeah, exactly.
And these are the bottles of wine that were used.
Have been consumed over some period of time.
Yeah, exactly. There's the couch.
The couch.
Remember the couch? That's from the apartment. This is in a new place, but she got the couch.
Johnny's couch.
Yeah. Drinking, probably at a vineyard, drinking.
Yeah. Again, this is
Drinking,
just because
drinking.
she's the one who's like, I don't drink. Okay.
Yeah. That's all this is. That's all we're pointing out here. I don't drink. I don't have a
She
problem.
could do whatever she wants. Just don't lie about
Yeah,
it. You can
yeah, you
drink
can-
whatever you want.
I don't
but,
care.
like,
I have a drink every now and then. That's
Of
it is what it is.
course.
I mean, it is what it is, folks.
Yeah.
Again, spilling the wine, drinking. Oh, sweet Jesus! All right, here we
Yeah.
go. We're nearing the end of this. Thank God. Oh, here she is with Momoa
Mostly
at a-
just filler to let anybody else in the live.
Yeah,
before
we're just getting
before
everyone
we get
in
to the-
before we drop this stuff. I do want to go through these. I'm going to remove this, but we'll go through some of these videos because they are interesting.
Oh yes, for sure.
So everyone remembers we saw the wine asshole hat, the party hat. This is I think this was like October of 2017. Again, benign in a sense of what it shows, but clinging glasses with she
Raquel.
and Raquel,
Yeah.
and you can kind of make of what you will of the look there. Then let's see another one.
I know you got
Oh,
several.
Everyone remembers this one. So this one was the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So a little pretext. So this was while she was filming Aquaman in Australia, and she did this little sit down, just rapid fire, quick Q&A, 1 minute long, and this lived on the internet for about -5 minutes,
Yeah.
and because she is cooked in it. Absolutely, there is no other way to describe
Yeah.
her mannerisms, her speech, the fact that she's drinking while doing this, other than absolutely cooked.
This was pretty good.
And so I'll let this run for you. And you just like the eyes that roll up, and it's good.
Hell yeah. Who? Desire. And repulsion. The best. Goals. A beautiful concept. That one I'd say worth dying for. Who cares? The best exile. Kiwis. So that's when you should ask me about Barnaby Joyce. Kiwi. I mean, really? Why? When chocolate is not available. Yes, please. Jason Momoa. Otherwise known as Mira. She has her own name. Haven't found it yet. At least I hope not. Beauty. Inside and out.
Oy vey.
They pulled that down so fast, but
so
everybody
fast.
grabbed it because I see it. Like everybody has this video.
Yeah, it's been shown all over the place because
Yeah.
there's only one reason you pull that down.
Yeah.
It's because it's kind of obvious what's going on there.
Yeah.
And she's slurring. She's like, "So that's when you just ask me about Barnaby Joyce."
Oh
And
my
you're like,
god.
all right. Oh, here's another one. Amber and Raquel. This is on Valentine's Day, I think. Just that one was from October, so this would be February. I think this is 2017. And you can judge for yourself Amber's, again, mannerisms and stuff.
All right, so we're gonna start this for real, right? What? Altered Carbon. We're doing it. I'm gonna watch this full show. We're not gonna get on Instagram once.
I believe you.
Okay.
Not at all.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Oh, it's public.
Yeesh. I mean, you just like scrub it back.
Oh my
She's like,
god.
like when she realizes she's like filming, she's got herself
Yeah.
a pretty good size. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't
I'm
say.
not gonna say it. So yeah, just look. make your own assessments. I
Yeah.
can't say yay or nay on anything, but I just, judging
No.
by, personal experience and whatnot.
Right.
So there's another one. Oh, this is interesting. So this is where I kind of need the crew to help me out. There is something at the beginning of this, and it ends with the word shit.
Oh, yes.
So apologies for anyone who's watching with children, because I just said it. But at the very beginning, she says something shit, and then you'll hear her say something else, which I do know that she says toward the end. But this is at an Art of Elysium event. So the lovely Jennifer Howell, who has been very forthcoming with the truth and trying to get the truth out there, and even convince Whitney herself to tell the truth, and has been steadfast in that. God bless her. This is at an Art of Elysium event back when they were still in good standing.
Hey, Sarita, it hasn't been the same. Who is this? You don't pay me enough for this shit.
Okay, so for those following along toward the end, right before she gets her, chuckles, she says, "You don't pay me enough. You don't pay me enough for this shit." That's what she says just past the midway point.
Yep.
At the beginning, she says something else that ends with the same word.
Sarita.
I think she says you look like shit or something like listen to it looks like shit. Something's like shit.
Something's like shit.
Yeah.
Sarita. It hasn't been
Like, what do you even do with that shit? Something like that.
Yeah. And then of course she says this.
You don't pay me enough for this shit.
Yeah, you don't pay me enough for this shit. This is at an event, a charity event.
Yeah.
You don't pay me enough for this shit. And that's just hilarious.
Super funny.
She's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Charisma just oozing. Okay, last one. Does anyone get that?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with that shit. I ain't doing that shit. I'm
Something
not doing
like that.
So I'm seeing a lot of don't be doing that shit. I'm not doing that shit. So yeah, like, which goes hand in hand with you don't pay me enough for this shit. So I'm not dealing with this shit. Yeah. Okay.
Bro, I see this comment right now, and I'm gonna have to say this. Stop watching Joseph Morris.
Oh my freaking God. Okay.
You guys, that person does not post factual information in any way, shape, or form. Everything that he's posted has been completely fabricated.
Correct. So we actually had a brief discussion before we started, and I couldn't even remember the guy's name. That's how little I have watched of his content, because every time I've clicked or every time someone sent me something of his, it is like
apparently he's saying now that house in Mallorca is being raided by the cops or something. Like, come on.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Come on.
We've got that there was that CCTV footage, the screenshot of, it was supposed to be like a topless Amber dragging Eve, and like then her like doing the stuff in the street. It is a lot of clickbait, because it's stuff that maybe people would want to be true, and they think it's ridiculous enough to be true, because there is some ridiculous stuff that is true in this entire ordeal. There is there was feces in the bed. I mean, like left in the bed, and that is part of this. It is very true, but yeah, I don't give anything any weight that he has to say when it comes to that, because it is very much just to get you to click on it, like this ridiculous thing. And for some reason, some people like to view that, and that's, teach their own, but I won't give it any breath.
I just wouldn't take it as anything factual. If you want to watch it and have a laugh, I mean, all right, but
yeah, exactly. There's facts, it ain't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm seeing a lot of people that are at least agreeing with that. Here's an interesting one that I believe is Taja Van Ree, which is Amber's ex.
Yeah.
The one Amber assaulted and was arrested for by a witnessing officer in the Washington State, and in 2009, I believe it was, and they I don't know if they were reconciling or whatever happened, but this was after the divorce, and she and Taja are hanging out again for a brief period of time, and I believe this is Taja recording. I'm gonna pause it real quick. What you can see here is it's black and white, and yet you can still make out how like wine stained her teeth are in this video. And she's got a big glass of wine again in front of her, red wine.
Just do the whole beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Cool. Nailing it. What? You want some? Fine. Just do the.
So just how, again, as benign as this is something that would be torn to shreds if it were a video of Johnny smacking.
Yeah.
Just how readily she does it, and just how easily she does it. She's like, mine, and then just pop.
Right.
Like a dog.
Exactly.
Because, which, speaking to people who she is supposed to care about, like they are less than human,
Right.
leads us right into what we're going to talk about and what we're going to
Let's
show.
do it.
Let's go over some things real quick.
I think
We
we've
saw this one.
Front loaded quite a bit here.
Yeah, we'll do this and then we'll talk. We're 30 minutes in, so if we go for another 20, we're good. I wanted to be done in less than an hour. I didn't want to keep people too long. Thank you, Jill Downey, for the super sticker. Beth Medina, you can tell she is out of drug and alcohol cash. She is blowing up like a balloon.
Could be.
She looks like she put on a little weight. Obviously, I can't say anything. I put on weight all the time through the holidays and birthdays and stuff, but it is what it is. Mary, thank you so much for the super sticker. LA, delighted to see y'all today. Thanks, Truth Seekers. Thank you. Yagmur, thank you so much for that. The solution to everything, pour more wine. Yeah, that's what she says.
Yep.
Appreciate you guys so much. Much love. Thank you very much for that. Thank you, Amber Lindsay.
Thank you.
So good
We
to
missed
see y'all
y'all too.
again. Yeah, we missed y'all. You've been missed. Amber is disgusting. Thank you. And agreed. Pixie Doll, what about the Stone interview for Aquaman? There were a few of those.
Yeah.
I guess that'd be worth looking up. But there was one where she's kind of out of it while she's promoting Aquaman as well.
Yeah.
Another one I found was when she mentions Michelle Dauber, and she's telling people to go out and vote, and she's out there with who's the other actress, Bridget Moynihan or something like that.
Could be. I'm not sure.
And she's basically like dragging her off while she's a mess on that stage. She's out of it. Go look that one up. She's telling people to go vote. Lacey Ann, thank you for the super sticker. And Pixie Doll again. Everyone has said stop supporting him. Yep, there you go. So that I think that was in reference to the
for Joseph. For
Joseph, correct. So, let me start this, and I'll share my screen for the next thing.
Let's do it.
We have Amber and company going to Coachella.
Yep.
The day after Johnny allegedly assaulted her again, was late for her birthday and everything like that.
The morning of the Grumpy.
The morning of the Grumpy. Everyone takes off to Coachella. All of Amber and her friends. Now we have Starling Jenkins, who is security, who testified in the Virginia trial and otherwise, previously stating that I should have pulled his actually written testimony up, because he does talk about the looking for the phone and everything like that.
Yeah.
He talks about Amber. He testifies that Amber was complaining the entire time about Johnny being late for the party. At no point. He also says at no point did she mention Johnny assaulting her in any way, just that how angry she was that he was late for the party. it's worth noting that even though Amber claims that she had enough May 2016, and that then she decided that she was going to leave Johnny, that was when she decided she had enough, that Johnny testifies that in April, after he was late for the party, Amber punched him twice in the face and he left.
Yep.
Said like, basically, this is done and do not follow me. And that's when she got the most emotional in her deposition, because that's when he decided it was over. Keep that in mind as we bring this up. All of these things. Let me pull this up. Okay. So I will pull this back up. What we have is after the Coachella trip, April 26, 2016, we have Amber emailing I'll Till It Right.
Yep.
Now, I'll Till It Right, whether
Screen's blank.
They go by he. Yeah, I'm gonna pop it back up.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So whether or not Io went or whatever, Io of course goes by he. Io is a trans male. Would be the best way to say
so
that.
some of this older stuff still refers to Io as she.
As she.
Kind of have to go along with it for right now.
Forgive us if we have a slip of the tongue or anything like that, because at the time Io still identified as a female, but is a male. So I'm going to pop this back up. This is an email discussing what happened at Coachella with Io Till It and Amber. So I'll zoom in. I have, of course, you won't be able to see contact information, anything like that. We have Amber Heard, we have Io, and we have April 26th at the end of after the Coachella party. So Amber Heard says, I'm upset and hurt, to be honest. Io says, okay, talk to me. Upset and hurt by what? Amber says, so much. I know you're going through a tough patch with your new girl, and you've known for a matter of months, not diminishing it, but not diminishing it, but
but
that's
diminishing
true.
it.
Yeah, but diminishing it. But your stuff is not important. But here I am, fresh out of a major international headlines making media circus of a criminal trial that I've been fighting for a year. Now, this is referring to the dog smuggling incident in Australia.
Yep.
And she's fresh out of it because they did that apology video that everyone loves so much. Yep. Going through the beginning of a divorce with my husband, who I've been with almost 5 years. Now, why would she know that she's going through a divorce if she didn't decide to leave him until May? It's because she punched him twice in the face, and Johnny said he was done, and she knew it on the trip. She knew it. That's why she was just complaining about Johnny. This is all Johnny's fault. He was late. This wouldn't happen.
Yep.
She says, about to tear my life in two, dealing with major shit with sis, so Whitney, and my family, which you couldn't have known, not to mention losing both of my stepkids in the span of a few days for nothing I did. Oh, and I was turning 30. If you've watched her deposition, you know how important turning 30 was.
Obsessed.
It is the most important milestone a human being can experience, is turning 30 years old. All I wanted was to have that weekend. It was my only ask, even from Johnny, who didn't even text or call nor anything else. She threw his phone out the window, by the way. So I feel for you. I really do. But I'd say I really could have used the support. I needed my team, as I told you earlier that last evening, and wasn't able to articulate later that night. Why not? As I was having the worst trip of my life. Now, she's not talking about going on vacation here. And
just wait.
And damn near thought we were going to have serious trouble. Even I thought I might be fucked. I was going into convulsions and couldn't quite stop to explain. I'm having the worst drug reaction I've ever experienced and the most painful trip and convulsions. And I'm worried I might lose consciousness, and then we're really fucked. Not to mention how a trip to the ER for this would affect my probation. But please sit down, will ya? The worst experience of my life. Next, I know you split without even a note or a goodbye. Petty, annoying personality differences aside, The important thing was perhaps giving me what really mattered. Just this weekend, I mean, you gave me shit for not flying halfway across the world for one day to come to your 30th birthday party, and you can't even say a whole day, or you can't even stay a whole day in an all expenses paid vacation weekend trip, Coachella in Palm Springs for mine. Holy cow.
Oh my God. Oh God.
Let's assess, shall we?
Let's please. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what people got to say.
Go in.
Going. You got anything? You got anything you like? Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
So the probation, that's the one I see the most, is for the dog thing.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Like if I had to say, I would imagine she can't get in any more hot water because she was already in international hot water.
Yeah.
For the dog thing.
And we know that ended, that good behavior bond ended that May 21st area.
Correct. So it was still very much hovering over her head at this point.
Time.
Yeah, I'm seeing people say probation.
Yeah.
Convulsions can only mean one thing, and it's not good. Correct. Very, very correct. So what we have here is her talking about a bad drug trip, which she would later say, I just took too many mushrooms and whatever. She's talking about, I mean, it sounds like damn near ODing, because she's even admitting that she might have needed, if she lost consciousness, completely lost consciousness, then she would have needed to go to the ER, and the ER would have, everything would have been,
would have had to been reported,
everything. And she's on some sort of probation. Again, she doesn't have a problem. She just knows that this is one of the worst drug reactions she's ever had, but she doesn't really do drugs to compare that. Just knows it's one of the worst ones she's ever had. Also, worth noting is Starling said that Amber was severely dehydrated, and he was getting her like crackers and water,
Gatorade and stuff,
and all that, and that she was throwing up in the parking lot of the hotel, to and fro.
Yes,
and that they have Amber and her team have since tried to retcon that into Whitney. Her sister at the time was pregnant, and because she was pregnant, that it was Whitney who threw up in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And they even asked Starling in the Virginia trial, do you know the difference between Amber and Whitney? Because they're trying to make you think that this guy just doesn't know, his
these
basic
two
blondes.
people who don't know who don't look anything alike.
Anything alike. Remember the line from the UK trial? Remember the line when they were asking him? It's just like, I think they asked Starling this, and they said, but you could have got them confused because they are both very attractive.
He said they're not
blonde.
twins.
And they're like, but they are both very attractive blonde young women. And he's just like, no, I know the difference. He's like
they're sisters, but they're not twins.
He definitely knows the difference. But they tried to push that off onto Whitney, the throwing up in the parking lot. And
the shit with Whitney at the top, I think, is about Amber kicked her out of the condos and all that stuff.
I think so too.
That major with Whitney that she says at the top. That's about this is when she went to live with Jennifer.
This is when she went to live with Jennifer after the March, the late March 2015 incident, the staircase incident. Everyone, the stairs incident where Whitney actually got between Amber and Johnny, and even told Jennifer
after the finger stuff.
And told Jennifer, I thought she was going to kill him. I think she will kill him one day. And Whitney tried to stop Amber that day. This is true. This is very true. I just saw that. Very true. Let's see. What did I miss this in the Virginia trial? No, this actually wasn't brought up in the Virginia trial. Let me track that. Okay, so let me pull it back up. So we have Io's response.
Yeah.
You want to read Io's response since you're better at
Sure.
this than I am? I'm an illiterate.
Like, what are you talking about? You read it perfectly. She says, Amber, I'm sorry you feel like I've let you down. I always intend to show up for you, and over the last 5 years, I've shown up for you pretty fucking hard. But you have some forces in your life that make that really difficult. One being that there is little room for anything besides your painful relationship. I have walked you through countless near breakups and even flown home early from work when there was physical violence. I have been there, stopped my life multiple times because Johnny pulled some bullshit and you were hurting, solidly stuck by you again and again as you found your way to this place. But in the meantime, I've gotten erased. Your comment about me going through shit with a new girl reveals that so clearly. You have no idea what's happening with me because you've been at capacity and haven't had the space to ask. I have been to every single premiere, every photo shoot, literally everything you've done that has mattered to you since I met you, I have made a priority. Then I wrote a fucking book, Amber, and the very first person I brought a copy to when I got a box, literally the first, before my dad or anyone, was you. It's been 6 months and you haven't read it. You're my only friend that hasn't taken the time to read the most meaningful thing I've ever done. Because your relationship, your addict, your trial, your pain has kept you from that. I understand that to a certain degree, but it's become a vortex. It's all that exists. The other nasty force is your best friend. She's mean, she demeans me, she's selfish, bratty, and unkind. She shits on me publicly every chance she gets. Hanging out with her is excruciating. She goes unchecked in her nasty behavior because you don't put her in line. I know she's important to you and supports you, but the way she treats literally everyone else around you is awful. You have never stood up for me, to my knowledge, and told her she can't treat me like shit all the time. I'm expected to put a smile on my face and bear it. I tried to be there for you when you had your bad trip, and she straight up told me to leave the room because she has to own you. I don't want to fight that bullshit all the time. Draw a line in the sand. Tell her to back the fuck off. Have some respect. You are the only person she'll listen to. I would never put up with that treatment anywhere in my life if it wasn't for how much I love and want to be near you. You know I love you so much and always want to be there for you when you need me, but I need you too. I'm not in a bad place with a new girl. I'm in a fucking bad place with myself. I was suicidal for the first time in 3 years 2 weeks ago. That's why I needed to leave. I needed to go make sure I didn't fall down the rabbit hole. 2 nights and 2 days was what I could handle. I didn't leave you a note, but I texted you the second I left. You assume I left for fun. I wish you'd assume I left because I was hurting and needed to take care of myself. I am always thinking of you, worrying about you, trying to figure out how to show up for you because I love you. I don't need all expenses paid trips. I need to not be disrespected by the people around you, and I'd show up for 3 days in a cardboard box with you. That's Raquel, by the way, that I was talking about.
I was talking about Raquel, the friend who is who shits.
Yeah.
On IO. So some interesting pieces in this. This is a long reply by IO to Amber.
Yep.
And talking about stopping his life multiple times. What I find interesting here at the beginning is it's the only time I'll come close to saying good on you, IO. It's probably the only time I'll say you're at least letting Amber know that she's treating you like garbage.
Yep.
And that IO's issue, even IO's mental health, that he became suicidal for the first time in years. His own sobriety, his battle with sobriety. Amber is literally telling you, I know you're going through stuff. I don't care. I don't care about your sobriety. I don't care about your mental health. My issues matter. My thing matters. You should be here for my stuff. My thing. I should be the center of everyone's universe. And you have these friends showing up and they say what they say and they testify, but then when they're asked if they're friends with Amber anymore, many of them have said, no, I'm not friends. Why would you not be friends with someone who you were here for in this capacity during what you believe, or what you're at least testifying that you believe was the worst part of her life? And why would you turn your back on that person? What could that person ever do to you that would make you just turn your back on them? Is what I wonder. So what we have here is a couple of things. where she's where I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been there, stopped my life multiple times because Johnny pulled some bullshit and you were hurting. Now, that is separate from where is it? Where does he say that there has been violence?
Right before that.
Yeah, right before that. Yeah, right there. I've walked you through countless near breakups and even flown home early from work when there was physical violence. That's the December incident. Io was on the show, not Catfish, the Suspect show, the MTV Suspect, and flew home from Cincinnati because there was physical violence. Note what Io does not say here. Io does not say because Johnny beat the shit out of you.
Right.
Io doesn't say because Johnny beat you again. None of that. Just there was physical violence. And we know that when someone started a physical fight, when there was a physical fight, who started the physical fight? Amber's on tape saying, I did start a physical fight. Amber, her own therapist, her own shrink said, if Johnny would leave or try to leave or want to leave, she would start to hit him and create a physical altercation to try to get him to stay. If she felt disrespected, she would punch him. As she said, if she felt disrespected by anyone, she would get physical with them to make them respect her. And I think that's interesting that is separate from Johnny pulled some bullshit and you were hurting, because the hurting is not physical hurt here. The hurting is like what Amber says in her text messages when she calls Johnny a monster and says, this is the monster. You leave. You leave. This is him leaving all the time. The entire complaint when he's talking about you throw pots and pans and vases at me and you punch me in the face and everything like that, that's his complaint. And her complaint is what? You leave. You leave. And that hurts. You leave and that hurts. I find it very interesting that Io separates the general phrase of there was physical violence from Johnny pulled some bullshit and you were hurting.
Right.
It's why are those two things separate?
Because it's like, exactly.
Those two things, because those two things are very separate from one another. Yeah. Because Johnny's bullshit was not physical violence. The physical violence was Amber. Johnny's bullshit was Amber crying to her friends, Johnny left again. He did this, he did that. And this is also kind of an inside look at one, how, again, Amber expects everyone to see her as the center of their universe, and what Io would do in order to appease Amber. You know, Io said in the UK trial, and you can go look up his on Nick Wallace and all that. You can go look up his declaration, his written testimony for the UK trial. Io was not present during any of these altercations that Amber claims occurred. One in particular was the airplane incident where the kicking the chair, kicking her. Io witnessed nothing. He witnessed no aftermath. He witnessed nothing that happened. He wasn't on the plane. However, in his written declaration, he will tell you, I still, on Amber's word alone, went to Johnny and tried to convince him he did something that he told me he didn't do.
Yep.
You lose a ton of credibility when you say, on her word alone, I went to this guy and tried to convince him he did something that I didn't even know he did.
That's right.
I don't even know he did it, but because she said so, I'm going to try to gaslight him into believing he did. You lose a ton of credibility when you do that. Io DM'd me, and it's in a video on one of the videos on my channel. I think it's with Friends Like These. Constant Contradictions, I think is what it's called. And I go over the DM, and Io DM'd me and threatened to sue me and all that stuff. All that aside, it never happened, so whatever. But Io, at some point in that DM, says, I don't even know what happened in their relationship. Openly confesses to me, I don't even know what happened in their relationship.
Yep.
But
he was trying to get you to like take down that video and shut up and everything.
Yeah. Nobody knows. I don't even know. But yet you tried to convince Johnny he did something that he said, I didn't do that. And you
Yep.
said, yeah, you did, Johnny. Yeah, you did, because Amber said you did.
Right.
So we have a quick back and forth.
So
Amber
Amber doesn't fucking answer.
Amber responds. She basically just go, like, what is it? TLDR? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, TLDR. Sorry. Okay, just got your text. No, you didn't. I've been filming all day. Period. Too much to text you back when I don't have a phone. So now she's saying she doesn't have her phone.
Right.
Do you want to come over and talk? So again, from 2:53 to 11:55. So that's what's. It is astounding
That's just
how
ridiculous.
much Amber made everyone bend
Oh yeah.
to her. Like, it was it's very telling in this entire thing. She talks about also what they were willing to do to each other, cannibalize one another, socially cannibalize one another to be the right hand.
Yeah.
So at Amber's right hand, Io, he's talking about Raquel here, and Raquel telling Io basically to F off, and
Right.
that
And
she
you want to
will- that
believe
she'll
these
handle.
people saying that
Yeah.
I slap Rocky never happened?
That
Look at Io.
exactly.
It is going off.
Yeah, absolute. And these people that pretended they were just so close, they were just like brothers and sisters and everything like that, and they were so close. No, I'm inclined to believe that at the wedding a year before this,
Yeah.
that Io did get into a fight over who was going to have more say in this wedding, because clearly that matters to these people.
Yeah.
And
there's clearly an ongoing issue here.
yes, and that has bled through into this next year and into the end of the relationship. And it's so fascinating that Amber does not care about anything.
Doesn't give a shit at all.
It's my
It's
stuff.
all about like, oh, didn't you just see me tell you that like I almost had to go to the hospital for an OD and like
yeah.
Jesus.
So that's what we have here is this email that for some reason was picked from, and the most interesting parts never made it.
Right.
Amber went to Coachella. Amber already knew that she was getting a divorce because Johnny told her. How'd she know that unless Johnny told her? She knew she was getting a divorce when Johnny left that night. So they left the grumpy in the bed. They went to Coachella. She complained about him the entire trip because, it's not her fault that any of this bad stuff happened, that the marriage fell apart.
Right.
God forbid. And then she got so lit that she almost had
convulsions.
Convulsions, like a medical emergency, that she didn't want to mess up her
it's probation status or whatever.
Probation status. Yeah. I mean, it is like, this is all my stuff. And above all, she's turning 30. That's the one that breaks my heart the most.
I was turning 30.
That's the one that breaks it the most,
Oh my God.
The sobriety issues aside and everything, and the failing marriages, the fact that she was turning 30 and no one seemed to care.
This is like one of my favorite things that never got to really come out, obviously, until now. But that whole paragraph is just spectacular.
It is Amber's.
Yes.
Yeah, it is pure narcissism.
Yeah.
It is absolute textbook narcissism of it's me. Have you ever? So I'm gonna. I know it's immature, but there's like an old Family Guy episode back when it was like funnier than what it is now. It's still pretty funny, but where it's like they're talking and I think they're talking about an actress, and she just goes, "Don't worry, I'm still here," and she just starts going, "Me, me," and she just cackles. That's what I imagine.
Yes, 100%. Oh my God.
Let's see. Let's go through some of these that I've starred.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then we'll have some discussion if we want. Everyone can bounce if they need to. Thanks. Thank you, Swiss Miss.
Thank you.
Debbie, you're both awesome. You're awesome, Debbie. Thank
You're
you.
awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
You guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome. I've missed this. I've missed the discussion and and just showing up and rambling. Cindy Miles, it's crazy that JD didn't need a nurse until Amber Heard. I mean, I guess we can only assume that that he does claim sobriety for a good while, even leading into the relationship and during the relationship.
Yeah.
For a good while. Kelly, thank you so much, Kelly. Sarah Lita, love you guys together. Thank you so much. It's good to be back here on sharing the screen again, Jax.
Sure
It really is.
Show is.
Show now.
Show
Lisa, do you have any photos of her drinking with the Baroness Kennedy with links to Judge Nichols' wife's chamber at lunch during the UK trial? Familiar with that, Jax?
Something sounds familiar, but I'm not going to be able to place it.
I can't pluck it. Yeah, I can't pluck it out. No, I don't. Baroness Kennedy. I will look into that. Google search.
Oh my
Bobby
goodness!
Cat. Wow,
Bobby Cat.
Jesus, Bobby
Thank
Cat.
You. Holy
thank
cow.
you. Yeah, seriously, thank you for that. Brian Jax, just I thank you for all the hard work you put into getting all legit info on JD. Got to get back to work. Have a great day. You too, Bobby Cat. Have a great day at work.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for that.
Have a great day. Thank you for that. I hope it's a good day at work, whatever you're doing. Bless you. Thank you for that. Patty, thank you. Did I miss this in? Oh, did I miss this in the trial? Was it in evidence? So I saw this as it was scrolling. This was not in evidence in the U.S. trial. I don't even know that they mentioned it. And if they did, it would have been during Io's deposition, maybe.
They didn't mention it.
Yeah, that was cut up.
Because if you remember, you and I, we almost posted it during Io's.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we thought they were gonna talk about it, and they probably cut it. They probably cut it out. It didn't make it in for some reason.
I know. This has been like one of those things that it's been like, oh, maybe now. Wait. Oh no. Okay. How about now? No. Wait. It's like one of the last things left.
Yeah.
Like Jesus.
4 months later, sure.
How about now?
Yeah. Thanks again, Alan. She's pure vitriol towards the few people that stood with her. Agreed. And now she is wondering why no one came to testify in Virginia. Yeah, everyone, and even the depositions that were taken kind of before a lot of stuff started hitting the fan in terms of evidence that started coming out. I do wonder if some people look back at their testimony of her, their video testimony that came a year, 2 years prior, or longer before the U.S. trial. I do wonder sometimes what those people are thinking. They're like, oh man, all this stuff came out against her, and then they're going to play my testimony, and it's me just like with all the breath in my lungs saying she's a victim, all right. Yeah. Beats Kill Bean, thank you so much. MDMA causes convulsions when dosage is too high, combined with Adderall and alcohol. I mean, 2 + 2 = 4. I think, who knows? Josh Drew said that she would take LSD, cocaine, ecstasy, all that. So who knows what kind of cocktail was swimming around in there. One that made them worry. I know that. I can't imagine what that panic must have been like. And so Starling's not so full of crap, is he? When he was saying, yeah. So the man actually knew what he was talking about. Ghost, welcome back, Ghost. Hey guys, just want to tell you both I miss you. We miss you, Ghost. Welcome back.
Well, yes, very happy to be back.
Tan, thank you so much. Hey guys, goddamn late to the cringe again.
This is only minor cringe.
Yeah, minor cringe. 11:45 GMT. Glad to see you both back. Happy days are here again. It is good to be back.
A small amount. We were like, how about a short video before we go into another like marathon deposition thing?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, because we're about to start that very, very soon. I have got a little bit of a breather. I was telling Jax, I'm going to go through some more super chats here. I got a long scroll this way.
Oh, that's fine.
I was telling Jax before we got started. So for those who didn't catch it during one of our previous lives, I referee sports, and it is soccer season. Soccer is a very condensed season here in the U.S., primarily Kentucky. And we do not have a lot of officials, and it's getting late in the season, and it is 2 months of just grind.
Mhm.
So I have a lot of miles on my legs, and I've been calling soccer up until this past week. I called the Sweet 16 opening round of the state tournament, and I've been submitted by my assigner. My name got submitted to call the semifinals and the finals of the state championships next week.
Hell
So
yeah.
fingers crossed, wish me luck. And I
Yes,
hope I get,
sir.
if I get in, I hope I do a good job. So I'm hoping they
You
use me.
will. Of course you will.
So I'm hoping they'll use me for it. Sting 379. Thank you for giving me the freedom to defend my favorite childhood icon over 3 years ago when your videos first started. You are so very far from average. Thank you both for bringing all of this to light. You rule. Thank you, Sting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for checking in 3 years ago, and not a bad icon to have. The guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's.
Yeah, that's a good dude, man.
Yeah. I'm glad he finally got to speak his truth.
Yeah,
I
for
really
sure.
am. Amy Donahue, thank you so much for the super sticker. He's, as an adult, I could never put that much pressure on a friend. She loves to drink wine and wine. Yeah. Yeah, she didn't care. She did not care.
It's all about her. My 30th birthday.
My 30th birthday. And again, knew that her marriage was over. Already knew. When she was on that Coachella trip, she knew her marriage was over. So it was like, well, Johnny didn't show up. This wouldn't have ever happened if he would have.
Well, even before that, we know now that he had retained Laura Wasser since the December incident.
Correct.
So she really knew.
She knew
it was sliding.
Yeah, and that's why her initial claims were December forward.
Yeah,
because that's when she knew. She was like, I really need to start flipping this script.
Yeah.
And that's why it was December forward. That was when he retained Laura Wasser, and she just knew it was a win, not if scenario. The marriage, it was not if, it was when. Light Giver, welcome back, Light Giver. Did you not say a few weeks ago that you were going to go over Rocky's deposition? We did, and we shall.
We are going to.
Yes, we are.
We just wanted to do this first.
We wanted to knock this out first. When I tell you I have worked almost every single day, outside of like a couple of Sundays.
This is just an easier thing to just do and get out of the way before diving into another depot thing.
Diving into hours long of depot again. Apologies, but we will get to it, I promise.
Yeah.
Carradine, thank you so much for the super sticker. And let's see. I think there may be a couple more super sticker. Butterfly. Last ones. Last call before you get to start your Friday night.
Don't send any more stuff.
Don't send any more stuff. We appreciate the generosity, folks.
Yeah.
Yes, Rocky Depot is coming soon. Thank you so much. I'm seeing that.
Yeah, save it for the.
Miss you guys. Thank you so much. Can't wait for Rocky's Depot. That makes one of you. No, we're excited. We're excited to go over it too. Mama Pink, did you see in the paragraph of my when you had that bad trip? Like, wow, no drugs here. Yeah, exactly. When you had that, everyone knows you had to try and get in, be that right hand, be her caregiver, basically. Got here late, Kimmy Davis. I was watching the Darrell Brooks Parade Massacre trial. It's awful. Just want to say hi. Have a great weekend, y'all. Thanks for dropping by. Hope everyone has a great weekend. Hope this got you off to a good start. Feel free to share this, like, subscribe, and all that. Go over to Movie Myths and Monsters. That's Jax's channel. Like, subscribe.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet over there. I don't know. You don't worry about going over there.
I know it.
Man. It's nothing happening.
Beats Kill Beans again explains why she wanted Starling to keep it quiet when she left Coachella if she was worried about probation violations like illicit drugs. Correct.
Yep.
Yeah. So then, thank you, JJ. And it's a picture of a cardinal. You're blowing my mind. Wait a minute. Welcome back. Wait a minute. We missed you guys. We missed you. Wait a minute.
We missed everybody.
Look who it is.
The real Laura B.
The real Laura B. The one and only Amber.
What's
up, Laura? Let's see. That was recent. A couple minutes ago. Amber and Johnny were in Australia. Court April 16th or 17th, just days before a party. Think jet lag too for Johnny and business meetings. Yeah. He did 16th, 17th around that time. And then he has to come back. And like 2 days later, he's in a business meeting about his stolen millions. And she's talking about all that.
Yeah.
Brenda Plunkett, how are your dogs, Brian? I just had to click on this.
Yeah.
They're doing great. Layla's doing great. All the others are awful, behavior-wise, but we love them. Piglet, look at him. I see him waddling up there.
We're waddling. We are waddling. You.
You. What kind of shirts he got on this time?
I got a little Hulk shirt on.
Hulk shirt. Yeah. Look at that. The incredible Chonk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he Chonk.
The chomp.
Oh, man. It's
Like
been a
a
minute
chonk.
since I've seen him.
Hi, Brian.
Joanna, just loved you guys, all the work you did. I can't imagine the reaction to the trial if not for the facts that you brought. All the times I've had to point out how legitimate you guys are. Thank you so much.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
We is legit. Hugs. Hugs to Brutus.
Say something?
Yeah, give some hugs. Snort.
Smart.
Dude, he is like, mm-mm.
No, I don't want
all
to
right,
talk
guys.
to my people.
All right, guys, we're gonna cut you off on the
On the chats.
on the generosities. But
Yeah.
we do appreciate it,
Enough.
guys. We thank
Thank
you. We're gonna do this again soon because I've got a nice little few weeks here where everything slows down. So we're gonna start in sometime during that time. I reckon we'll probably get after it.
Yeah.
So Myra, thank you so much for that. Good to see Laura in here in the chat.
Yeah.
Everyone-
Thanks everybody for coming through.
Thanks, Secret McSquirrel. We hope you're doing great. We hope you get better soon. Bye, everyone. Until next time, if there's a next time, take care, and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.